Hey there, my name is Mackenzie, and welcome back to another episode of my J-pop journal series. Today's spread is centered around Suzuki Airi's Do Me a Favor era, with a heavy focus on the first live at Nippon Budokan, which I had the honor of attending back in July of 2018. I have a travel journal video I just uploaded last month showing the building of the journal spreads, video footage, and just kind of chatting about my trip to Japan in 2018. And I talk about that concert a bit and show some footage of it, so if that interests you, feel free to check that out as well. Anyway, let's get into it. For this spread, I originally planned on having this done and up by the 5th anniversary of the album on June 6th, or the 5th anniversary of the concert on July 9th latest, but the summer was hectic and I had a lot going on and just couldn't get around to it in time. That's okay. Better late than never. For this spread, I wanted to cover a lot of this era. It's mostly photos from that concert, but I also included an image from Airi's debut album photo shoot, as well as a photo from her first release event for the album where she's performing the lead promo song Distance. I thought I had pics of the album covers and screenshots from the music videos as well, but it seems I forgot to print those out several months back, and so I had to work with what I did have. I might do a second spread at some point with all those included, but for now, this is what I came up with. I knew I wanted this spread to be a very full collage of images, but I usually like to include space to write some stuff if I feel like doing so I decided to include a flap at the side that will be hidden, but allow room for any musings I have about this spread that I can fill in later on. So after struggling to get this flap sorted out, I got to filling out the collage. Because I was cutting some of these images, I was going to be left with quite a lot of white space in between images, and I really didn't want that. So I grabbed some black paper to fill in those spots and ensure that it looks just very full and busy. This era of Airi's career is so special to me. After the back-to-back disbandments of her groups Bono and Kyuto, who I loved dearly, the only thing I was looking forward to about it was Airi having room for a solo debut. I thought it was really interesting and a very Airi-like way to debut with an album instead of a single as is traditionally done, and this album was just perfection in every way for me. There's maybe 2 songs I can think of off the entire track list that are skips for me, and they're both ballads that fall near the end of the album. They're not bad songs, I just have to be in the mood for them, and ballads have to have something special about them that really hook me, otherwise I'm bored by them more often than not. But that's a me thing, and not an issue with the songs themselves, obviously. The MVs were all solid, the jacket photos were nice and simple, her overall direction was just stellar. I loved that she was continuing to have choreography and dancing while singing as she had done as an idol, because female solo singers that dance weren't super common in the Japanese music scene at the time, or even now. And so it set Airi apart from all the female soloists that all had the same performance style. The Do Me a Favor album was split into 2 categories: band songs and dance songs. The band songs were more rock flavored and meant to be performed with a live band, which was a nod to her time as a member of rock idol unit Bono. And the dance tracks were songs that she would be dancing to, meant to be a nod to her time as a member of Kyuto. The album doesn't have a strict identity in terms of sound, which was meant to show that Airi, as a Hello Project idol that had spent her 12-year idol career singing songs in almost every genre imaginable, had become a chameleon of sorts, able to shift between different genres and styles with ease. She's maintained that since, with all of her albums being a mix of things, kinda like a buffet, where there's like a little bit of everything, rather than a table of all the same types of food. I think this was well showcased during the Do Me a Favor at Nippon Budokan concert, where she jumped from cute, cool, sexy, and fun styles to match each song on the set list with a level of ease that only Airi can pull off. It was really amazing to witness in person. The concert also included songs from her Bono and Kyuto discography, including her very first solo song, Tsugaka Vector, that she received on Kyuto's 3rd album at 12 years old, and I admittedly cried a little bit when she performed it because it was just so insane to me. At 12 years old, I used to watch videos of her performances of that song and wish I could see her live someday, and now here I was, 10 years later, getting to see it live in person. It just got me all up in my feels. I also loved getting to participate in the fan chants and hearing how loud that crowd actually is in person. The DVDs do not do justice to the fan chants at all. My travel companion hadn't ever experienced idols in any way prior to this, so it was quite the introductory experience. She actually called it cult-like, but seemed to mean that in a good way, I think. I wish I'd have bought the official Susan light stick, but as I explained in that travel journal video, I didn't have the money at the time, and so I purchased a few cheap glow sticks from the convenience store on the way there after fans informed me that they're just as good, only to find out that they barely glow at all. I will be more prepared next time for sure. Everything about Airi's styling around this era was just fantastic as well, like much more flattering in general, and showed off her amazing figure while still feeling classy and comfortable to wear and dance in. Like, just, dude, this era was just perfect. Like, seriously, I really don't know what else to say. Airi just absolutely hit the ground running with this era, and it's a shame that momentum did not continue. If you haven't listened to Airi before and you're wondering where to start, this first album is a really good choice, and you can find clips of that Nippon Budokan performance on her YouTube channel. I wanted to include some song recommendations here, but like, the entire Do Me a Favor album is just great, and I can't stress that enough. Good Night, Be Your Love, Tabune, and Perfect Timing are the dance ones that come to mind first for me, and Story and Mikanse Girl are stellar band tracks that I still listen to regularly and just absolutely pump me the hell up whenever I need it. Just listen to the whole album. Just do it. And go watch the performances, because that's where Airi truly shines the most, is when she's performing. And that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. I really went all out talking about this amazing album era today and fangirled pretty hard. So I hope if you're not an Airi fan yet, something I said in this video encourages you to check her out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in another J-Pop Journal episode real soon.